Okay. I want to go back to the issue of the times again. The differences. For example, in the 100 meters for women, we have 11.32 seconds, and that's for the IAAF standard. Yeah. And for the AFN is 11:10. And look at that time, and you wonder what's going to make that kind of time in Nigeria apart from Blessing. The second, someone like Gloria Asum, for example, hasn't run close to 11:10 this season. So who's going to represent Nigeria?
We're not looking at those athletes alone. The reason why we are doing what we are doing, because we have many athletes we believe can
make that standard.
Oh, particularly the junior athletes. Yeah, if we do not, if we do not think that this is achievable, we won't talk about it. Wow. We believe it is achievable, but they must have the discipline and the wanting to have it. You know, Blessing spoke about it. You must want it.
Okay, well, why did we speak about just 22 athletes, for the High Performance Center for foundation?
No, but because see, let us not deceive ourselves. When Blessing did not win in Beijing, she came 8th. What was that? What she ran 11:0. So you understand what I'm saying? So if we say 11:10, does not qualify, you might not even enter the finals.
Yes.
The 11:10 might not enter the finals.
Into the final, yeah.
Let us be realistic here. Now people talk about the relays. How do you run the relays? You must have people who run fast first before you can now work on the batting. The truth is that Nigeria we are one of the few countries that can boast of like 4, 5, 6 average athletes. What we have are average athletes. We don't have superstar athletes. Yes. We have average athletes. But these average athletes, if they do the right thing, they can move to the next level that can take them closer to being superstar athletes.
What are the ways we can actually get those superstar athletes
in the shortest possible time? Yeah.
Very good. See, 7 years ago, we had the Commonwealth Youth Games where Nigeria refused to participate. At that time, I promised, I volunteered to sponsor the team, but for them to refund my money when they have money. But they were not sure, so they said no. South Africa went with a team of 21 athletes. That team was kept together. After 7 years, one of them is the world champion today in the 400 meters. Okay. And they have 4 of them running, 2 of them running sub 10, and the other 2 running 10-0. So you can imagine how their 4x1 will look like now.
From that time, 7 years old.
Just 7 years.
7 years.
That is the program we've started. Yes, we went to Samoa, with Commonwealth Youth, we came with 6 gold. And all of them are secondary school athletes.
Do we have those athletes?
They are in camp already.
Right now?
Because they are ready to confront the seniors.
So how do they...
they have the desire of going to the Rio 2016. And
I mean, they're secondary school students, but how do they now combine their schools and of course...
Yes, what we have done, some just left school. Okay. Now, this is this thing. Okay. So what we are doing, we are moving them to... The ones who are in school, we are going to move them to the international school in University of Prt.2. You know, there's a secondary school. So we are moving that.
Okay, changing their schools.
Yes.
Okay.
The Gambia sent some athletes to train here.
That's right.
They are already in school in Prt.2.
Okay.
So they're training. So, and see, sports is not just coach writing you program to say run 600 meters. That is not coaching. Like now, one of our top junior athletes, like Divine, for instance, when they were doing their evaluation, they saw that it's very stiff. Now, if you are stiff and you're a 200 runner, how do you run in the curve? So they need to work on the flex. They need to deal with that. Okay. Before, so these are scientific approaches to the way athletics is being run at this point, and that is what we keep. What we are saying now. Going to the Rio Olympics, we have an idea of where we are going to make impact. Like I told people, when we were going to Beijing, we had 2 hopes. We had hope on Blessing. We had hopes on the 4x4 women. Period. Anything outside that is not. That is the truth. And in the semi-final, we won our semi-finals.
Yes.
And we won with the 3rd leading time in the world today. 3:23 in the semi-final. But in the final, something happened with one of the legs. Those are details. And they won, the bronze medal got 3:25. That's Britain.
Very close. Now, let me ask you this question. I mean, some of the athletes actually, some of them actually complain about the fact that the countries who came first and second used other athletes who were not in the first leg. I mean, who did not run the semi-finals. That's the reason they couldn't make up that, because the same girls who actually run the semi-finals also run in the finals.
No, that's not. I mean,
so they brought in fresh legs.
24 hours is enough recovery if your foundation is right.
Well, is it possible for us to have, like, maybe having the different sets of girls?
No,
maybe
no,
one or two,
I'll
just
come to that.
freshen it
First
up?
of all, if you don't qualify, can you run the finals?
Okay.
We are not America. If you don't qualify, can you run the finals?
Certainly
So
not.
we must qualify first.
Okay, first, okay.
Now, the issue is that if we recovered well and they slept well, rested well, that missing leg that caused the problem will have just come back with a 51. You are capable of running 50. Okay, don't run 50. Come with the 51. You will still run at 323. Britain ran 325 and got the bronze. We ran 323. It's huge in 4x4.
Yes.
For 2 seconds, huge. But we ran 326. About almost 327. Something went wrong somewhere. Something we've dealt with. It's not going to happen again. And of course, we went only 17 athletes. Only 17 athletes, and because of the relays. So, and went to just 5 quarter milers. That one went with. And you see, if those who run this know, like now this year we have said 50.9.
Yes.
If you run 50.9, well, I hope this thing is not going outside, but 50.9 times 4 girls, that is going to be difficult to beat us. We are going to be with everybody.
Yes.
So that's what we are working towards. We know we have people who can run 50.9.
Surely.
Let's talk about. Yeah, okay, permit me to cut in there. But let's talk about the field events because I don't want us to forget about them as well. For instance, we have javelin throwers for the male. It says here they must achieve 83.00 meters, and then the women 65.10 meters. What's in the offering for that one?
Well, I take the women for instance. Our junior girl went to the African Juniors this year in March in Addis Ababa. She threw 43 to win.
Okay.
By the All African Games, went to she was now called the camping and the training. She threw 52. That is 9 meters extra, to win the All African Games from junior. She's in camp. We believe that she just have I won't discuss about the details, but we believe that she can qualify.
She got the ability to do that. Now,
yes.
Does that mean at the Olympic Games we're going to be having more of the youth athletes?
We've told them that's the challenge. They need to be the seniors. In those days, many of these seniors you see, Fali, they came from junior to beat everybody, and they took that chance. So beat them and
let's have a change of guard.
Yeah.
Okay, talking about the High Performance Center for Port Harcourt, right now, who are the professional athletes that we have in camp?
We don't have any professional there. They are all the junior athletes who are there. Because the so-called professional, the Nigerian professional, let me differentiate it. They say they want to train with their coaches.
Okay.
That is good. I don't have anything. So long they are training, I don't have a problem. But
Meet the standard.
You meet the standard, and you must meet the standard clean.
Exactly.
That's very important.
Because we are embarking on a campaign called the Clean Athlete. And we are not going to test people only in competitions. Now we are going to send out
tests?
Not random. We are going to send out what they call the whereabouts form. You would put where you stay, where you train, and what time you train. So we will come at any time, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Out of competition.
And if you miss it, that's the violation.
Yes, you have to comply with the wider code.
Because for me, I am not going to cover anybody. I'm going to expose everybody. And I'm going to, because you are not going to win by default.
Okay.
I'm not going to allow that. So you must win clean. Because that's cheating.
I guess the message has gone out. I want us to talk about the incentives as well, the monetary incentives now. Yeah. I'm sure you already thought about that, with the AFN board and all of that. But is that really, should that be the motivating factor, if I may use that word? I mean,
no. See, I tell this, because if you say a professional athlete, you run meets all over the world, you make money. Are you saying that Nigeria should fund you for making your money? No, that's not what we are saying. What we are so if you run well and you are not given the opportunity to go to the Olympics, is that being fair on you? The answer is no. The answer is no. So what we have said, okay, as a kind of incentive, let us agree that this is your career, this is where you make your money from. If you achieve this, there's a reward for that, for hard work. If you do this, so go and take the money. It's just like somebody going for interview. I tell them, this sports is like going for interview. They say, this is money, come and take it. So it depends on what you do in competition that you get you the money. So we are saying that, come and take the money. Tell me you complain that there's no money, nobody's giving you money. Okay, this is the money. But before you take the money,
you have to earn it.
You have to earn it.
All right.
Okay, that's a tough one. Quickly, I mean, we talked about Dr. Anigweje. I mean, he's been kidnapped, you know, just yesterday, and this is really a sad one, you know, in Nigeria once again, because the first one Sam Sisiasia's mother, and now this time around. Now, how are the athletes actually going to cope? Because this is the man who is the director of sports and, of course, in charge, you know, of the High Performance Center. Well,
I think they've done. I mean, I don't know. It definitely is going to affect them psychologically. I mean, somebody who present himself as a father figure to the athletes is going to affect them. But for me, I cannot understand why you kidnap a poor university teacher. He doesn't have money to give you. If you ask for ransom, I'm not sure he has money to give you. It's either the people don't know who they kidnapped, or internal. I don't know. I don't know the conclusion, but I do not see why they should do that. You know, why they should go after a poor university.
I guess the security agencies will definitely have to up the ante, and let's hope that we can find Dr. Anigweje.
That's up to law enforcement
agencies to do that. All right, so we'll just have to end it there. Thank you so much, Solomon Ogba, President of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, for spending time with us on the show. We do appreciate you.
Thank you.